The Damage Show is the convergence of everything that's important to me. It's me using art as my way of coping with everything that's going on in the world, making images that I hope will move people, that will create conversations that wouldn't happen otherwise. I think that the power of art is that it can impact people emotionally and lead them to addressing things intellectually that they would just ignore. Every technique, every image, everything in Damaged is about demonstrating the power of art to change things, to change how things work politically, to change people's philosophies, to change people's mindset on different issues, and for people to unlock their potential. The techniques I use within Damaged are unintimidating. Bias by Numbers was one of the earlier canvases I made for the Damage Show, and it examined
How long did it take you to create the exhibition Damaged?
It took me about a year and a half of that being my main focus, and it took me many months of that being almost my sole focus. I was working long hours, staying up until 2 o'clock in the morning every night, and it's a lot of work. And I had, fortunately, a lot of great help with my art assistants and people who work with me. But it's a very ambitious show to put together, even within a longer time frame like that. And my work is hopefully timely and timeless. I'm responding to what's going on in current events. So the show was evolving as things going on in the world were evolving, but the overall themes, unfortunately, are troublingly timeless. So, all that was packed into mostly a year and a half. When I found the warehouse space which housed the Damage Show, I immediately thought of an auto repair shop, something that housed, an industrial workshop. And I love the idea of creating a neon sign, which was a faux sign from the shop or an ad for the shop. And with Damaged and all of the different The Damaged Times newspaper concept evolved from an element that I had created for the media target painting, the first painting I created for the Damaged Show. I'd made a fake newspaper cover with headlines that was the backdrop for the imagery, and that got me really excited about designing a newspaper. And I decided that my love of printed material, the deterioration in quality of a lot of media, that it would be important for me visually and conceptually to create a piece of media that demonstrated the power of print and the power of being your own media source. So for the Damaged Times, I decided that a lot of the topics in the show that I thought were important to touch upon, I'd go deeper on by working with writers who are experts in various fields and really great at doing research and conveying their perspective on any number of issues. So I reached out to some friends who are great writers and great social theorists, great speakers, people like Henry Rollins, who is a hero of mine from punk rock. He wrote a piece about basically just the state of the United States, which he called self-created catastrophe. I reached out to Naomi Klein, who had written several books I liked. This Changes Everything, especially, which is about capitalism versus climate change and the way many people say that capitalism solves all problems just through market mechanisms, but that actually isn't true when it comes to keeping the planet inhabitable. She wrote a piece about the ideology of climate change and climate change denial. My friend David DeGraw, who'd been one of the main architects of the Occupy Wall Street movement, He wrote a piece about the psychology of capitalism, In the Damage show, I wanted to present a show that was gallery quality, but also referencing my history as a street artist, and in fact, creating almost a blurred line between street and gallery. And as a populist and someone that believes that art should be democratized, I've always put my work up outside where people live their lives so they don't have to come into a gallery or museum space, which is often intimidating. So when I looked at the warehouse space that housed the Damage show, I saw an opportunity to install a billboard inside the space. I have taken over blank billboards all over the world throughout my career. You know, when a billboard doesn't have an ad on it, it's a perfect opportunity to install a piece of art. So that's been a big part of my practice. Once I had the idea to create the Damage Times